We've decided to go fishing. We're going to head out to Pedra Blanca and try and get ourselves out of financial hole.
Skipper Squizzy's deep in the red, down $150,000 in revenue for the month.
I've always said fishing's gambling, and this time we bet pretty big and we lost.
The lobster market has crashed, triggered by the global COVID-19 pandemic.
The market crashed. One day it's $90 a kilo, next day it's nothing. The situation we're in now, we're probably looking at a $30 beach price, so that's a massive loss.
The veteran skipper has remortgaged his house and is now in the fight of his life to support his family and to stop his business from going under.
Everyone's in the same boat as us. I'm just going to try and do something to make the hit not that bad.
This season,
Oh, fuck!
the Aussie lobstermen face their greatest challenge.
This trip we're going to be getting a bill at the end of it.
Lobster prices fall to all-time lows.
Oh, here he is. Oh, got him! We're not digging ourselves out of a bit of a hole, we're digging deeper into the hole.
Caused by a global market meltdown.
I might cut the trip short and just take the loss and come home.
Fishing boats across the country are grounded.
A couple of months of no fishing is probably a couple of $100,000 worth of lobster that we haven't caught yet.
But some are willing to roll the dice,
I'm happy to take the gamble.
risking their lives
Hold on.
That ain't good.
and their livelihoods.
This is definitely the low point of my fishing career, that's for sure. That's why I get pissed off when I'm trying to fucking undo it.
Only the toughest will survive.
35 for the whole trip. Not how many people that work for nothing.
If you find an undersized fish, you can have me house.
It's nearing the end of summer, and the Tasmanian Rock Lobster hunting season is in full swing. On board the bold contender, Skipper Squizzy and deckhand Tabor are trying to get the jump on the fleet.
The plan is to go get 500 kilos at Pedra Blanca, go back to Margate Wharf and sell it to the public. That's the plan. Only plan I've got, pretty much. And touch wood, it pays off a bit. And the financial loss is not as big as what it can be right now.
Squizzy has never sold direct to the public before. It's a huge gamble, but with the wholesale fish buyers only offering $30 Australian per kilo, Squizzy's hoping he can sell for double that price straight off the wharf.
It's going to be a lot of hard work. First off, we've got to catch it, go back and then sell it. And hopefully the people of Tasmania will support us.
Squizzy's deckhand Tabor had just secured his skipper's licence when the market fell apart.
Shit everywhere.
The father of three has offered to waive his paycheck for the trip, despite losing $20,000 in wages.
Yeah, there is concern there. I mean, I've got bills like everyone else. It's just doing what you can do to survive at the moment, keep the boat going.
The crew is steaming 112 kilometres south to Pedra Blanca Island, notorious for its rough seas and wild weather.
Most pot's about to go over. It's a big gamble to come out the Pedro. The fish are running or they're not. So we could get 200 or we could get 10. So if we only catch 10, 20 or 50, we're out of there. We're not hanging around, we're going. That'd be just more fuel, more time, more money. So the gamble really has to pay off.
Squizzy has just 4 days to catch and sell 500 kilos of lobsters to keep his business afloat.
I've got a tape. Can't overwork you for nothing.
Oh, no.
Tabor to say he's going to do this trip for nothing means a lot to me. At the end of the day, he knows that this business needs to survive, so he has a job. But I'm hoping to sell these crays to the public on the wharf. Well, hopefully I'll give him a few bucks.
In Western Australia, 4,000 kilometres west of Tasmania, the market crisis has brought the lobster fleet to a grinding halt.
I'm going to talk to the big boss today, mate, and just find out how things are travelling on the factory side of things and when we're going to get our window, mate, to go back to work.
The crew of the Corrado has been left high and dry for 7 weeks now, waiting for a green light to return to sea.
A couple of months of no fishing is probably a couple of $100 grand worth of lobster that we haven't caught yet, which we should have had in the tanks by now, but we just have to ride the storm, I suppose, and see where we end up.
Third-generation lobsterman Jay Barrett runs a family-owned business with his nephews Matt and Robbie.
This is my baby. She's a 57-foot class Marco. She's a big heavy girl, 36 tonne in the water. We can hold 1,000 kilo lobster in the tank below deck. We cruise 14, 15 knots, so we get around at a reasonable pace. The best office in the world.
Jay is using the forced shutdown to do annual maintenance. It's a costly exercise.
This period that we're on the boat here for, have the anti-foul done. I've had a couple of mechanics jobs done. We're probably looking around a $15,000 to $20,000 bill while we're here. So yeah, we are getting towy to go back to work so we can start paying some of these bills.
No fishing means no pay, which has left deckhand Matt unable to provide for his family. He's lost $18,000 in wages since the market collapsed.
Normally on the last days, like you land your crays and everything like that, so you get a bit of a pay. But just the way when the coronavirus hit, we sort of, that was it. Packed everything up, chucked all the crays away and brought the boat down and just get some maintenance done while we can, because there's no point in fishing at the moment, so.
All right, let's go and see if we can get some good news, eh? I'm just going to give my processor a quick buzz and have a chat to him and see what's going on.
In Western Australia, it's illegal for fishermen to sell direct to the public.
G'day, boss man, how are you?
Good, Jay, yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
Jay desperately needs an order from his lobster buyer to reclaim part of his $200,000 in lost revenue.
Oh, a little bit of news for you, mate.
Oh, a little bit?
You can drop your pots in.
I can? Oh.
But you will be limited. There is a little bit of buying happening at this present stage.
Yep.
And I have a customer who's willing to buy some product.
Oh, good news.
But we're not going to buy, they're not buying huge amounts, mate, so it's very small amounts.
Yep.
So I'll be limiting all my boats to probably 500 kilo a week.
500 a week? Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit low, but, you know, it's better than nothing. Better than nothing.
500 kilos is what Jay would normally catch in a day.
500 kilo a week is probably less than a kilo a pot, so that's less than, say, 2 small crays a pot for what we haul. We would like to be a little bit higher than that, but at the end of the day, we're all screaming for dollars now. You know, we've still got lease payments to make, I've got house payments to make, but something's better than nothing.
Don't know what you think, but I'm pretty sure it's been much swell. I'd hate to lose part of our gear.
Off the west coast of Tasmania in the Southern Ocean, a massive 5-metre swell has the crew of the Kaikoura weighing up its inshore fishing options.
Over there to be, yeah, we'll get half of the gear in anyway and then leave the other half till later. It's a bit of a struggle. Everything's a bit of a struggle at the moment with the coronavirus, and fish process is not taking the fish. Yeah, all the cray fishermen are doing it a bit tough at the moment, so.
Skipper Cracker and deckhand Scotty have an order from their fish buyer to supply 1,000 kilos.
Yeah, we're going dinghy fishing today. The idea behind that is that no other boats get in where we're going to go, and hopefully the fish will be bigger in there.
But the bulk of their catch must be big red lobsters, or the $50,000 deal is off.
We'll get the dinghy in and go across here, across the bay, and it's going to come a bit southerly, I think Cracker said. So, we'll get them in and scatter them around the bay here and hopefully get a few fish, so a few bigger ones.
Dinghy fishing the perilous west coast is as dangerous as it gets. Cracker and Scotty both have teenage daughters. Every time they go out, they're putting their lives on the line.
We're always on high alert. You've got to keep an eye. There's always freak waves on the west coast. We've done that before and been upside down in the dinghy, and hopefully we've got a little bit wiser over the years. Hold on. We could hit a rock at any time here, so just be a little bit careful.
You've got to run the Buddha for good luck.
I think we might slip this one over in the shallow stuff over here. I think it's our best chance to get a little bit of day action for the pot. Yep.
Cracker targets the big reds hiding beneath the deadly shorebreak.
Just go up that way a bit. There's all dead kelp back over this side. Just want to...
It's a high-risk strategy, but if they get it right, it can deliver the mother load.
The viewer, she's looking a bit second-hand, this one, but it's our most important tool in the dinghy. Yeah, without it, we can't see in the water. Yep. We'll have a look in this little shallow one up here.
Cracker turns the bow into the breaker to stop the dinghy from capsizing. But the freak wave washes their viewer overboard and onto the rocks.
Hold on, viewer. Oh, fuck!
I'm a little bit anxious, just want to see what's in these pots. I'm hoping for 150. That's what we need, 150, and hopefully the nice fish. But you never count your chickens.
In the Southern Ocean, the crew of the Bold Contender is about to pull its first shot for the season.
The quicker we get this done, the better off we'll be. Fuck. That ain't good. First pot's up, and it's blank. That ain't a good sign. Hopefully things get better. One thing I don't want to do is load all these pots on and steam off to new grounds. That's just a shitload of more money and time.
Squizzy needs an average of 4 legal-sized lobsters in each pot if he's any chance of reaching his 500-kilo trip target.
This don't look good, Taves, does it?
Not much this morning, mate.
At the moment, we're just pulling blank pots. It's not good. We've got 3 fish out of 9 pots, and when you're minus $23 a kilo leaving the wharf, this is just, we're not digging ourselves out of a bit of a hole, we're digging deeper into the hole. This ain't fucking good at all. Well, how you going?
This time last season,
$8.70.
That's what it's all about.
Bang!
the market price was peaking at 110 Australian dollars per kilo.
500 kilos over target. That is our cream.
And Squizzy and Tabor could do no wrong.
130 for the shot. That's 252 for the day. I think this is going to be a disaster shot. Always said Pedro's a place where you do really well, or it just shows you who's boss. It's definitely showing us who's boss.
In just a few short weeks, the market price has dropped by around 75%. Squizzy has remortgaged his house to cash flow his business, to stop it from going under. If he fails this time, the veteran skipper is at risk of losing everything.
I've been running my business for 14 years, and I think right now is the lowest point I've ever been. That is for sure, guaranteed.
$4,000 kilometres to the west.
Today's just the final preparation to get us back in the water. they'll start hooking us up in the Tammy lift and then we'll be getting ready to get wet. So we're nearly there.
The crew of the Corrado has been given the all clear to return to sea. Jay's lobster buyer has placed a reduced order for 500 kilograms.
We've had our little bit of a window opened up where we can get a couple of weeks of fishing in. So after having 7 weeks off, it's going to be good to get back in the water.
Jay's family business is down $200,000 in lost revenue, and every day not fishing costs another $5,000. Then there's the $20,000 maintenance bill from the slip yard.
Oh, there's always a little bit of trepidation and anticipation when the boat goes back. Hopefully everything goes well, but there's always a chance that something might want to have a dummy spit. But no, I get really excited this time when the boat's getting wet. Oh yeah, now it's good. Now it's exciting. Splashdown. So we'll get on board and we'll get everything up and running. That's always a good sound. We just hit oil change, so we're just waiting for the oil pressure to build now.
If left undetected, an oil leak can lead to the 1200 horsepower V12 engine overheating.
Oh, it's just got a bit of a leak from where you change it over from the filters. It's coming from the main seal, so it's not a fix that we can do. We've got to ring Jack.
Once placed under pressure at sea, it can cause extensive damage, potentially blowing the motor.
Hey, Jackie boy, how are you?
Hey, mate, I've gone through that parts manual, mate. That it doesn't give me any breakdown whatsoever. As if it's telling me that we have to buy the whole filter house, like the whole filter bowls and everything like that.
Oh, my goodness me.
Replacing the filter housing will cost $4,000 and could take up to 2 weeks for the parts to arrive from China.
Jackie boy has said that it looks like either we have to maybe be lucky enough we might be able to change the O-rings.
Yeah.
The manuals don't give him any direction. The manuals are just saying that
You have to replace it, the whole lot.
Yeah,
Filter, you have to pull the whole lot off.
Yeah, so, but he's got another mate of his who's a mechanic, Mick, who's here in Hillary's. He's got some O-rings and stuff,
And
so
he might be able to just change it,
to
yes,
do
sweet.
it on site here now. So we
Instead of
might get away
taking
with
the
it.
whole- Otherwise,
out comes the friggin' checkbook again, mate.
Yeah.
A new filter brand, and Jack said that's going to be expensive.
Jay's agreed to catch $24,000 worth of lobsters.
So let's hope we can get this fixed and get that going. You know, price drops by $10 a kilo. We're looking at, you know, a couple of $1,000 a day less. What our catch is going to be worth that we're going to get. So it's all backwards.
Yep, you're right. I'll get him if you want.
Yeah, all right, that'll be good. We lost the view around the back when the wave was coming. Scotty's getting it. Good boy.
Off the west coast of Tasmania, Cracker and Scotty are battling a big inshore swell as they attempt to set their first 40 pots for the season.
Starting to think there's a little bit much swell here. There's always a bigger one coming now. You're not watching them waves like that one. If we wasn't watching then, it could have broke over the side and filled the dinghy up or tipped us over, and we could have been having a swim. We could have been testing our jackets out. Oh, fuck ya!
He blew up.
Cracker is a 5th generation lobsterman.
That was all right down there.
Yeah, a couple in them.
2 1/4.
The Jaeger family runs 2 boats, the Kaikoura and Anson's Bay.
Oh, there's some fucking flap.
But the market collapse has left Cracker's brother Glenn and his deckhand Jake grounded at port.
Yeah, I don't know what we'll be doing, old boy. She's not sounding real bright, so we'll just have to take her as she comes, I think. But we could be off work for a bloody while, I reckon. Honestly, the way things bloody sounding, like we could be out of action for 6 months, like. Yeah. So you know what that does to the bank account?
The one-off order for inshore big reds has thrown a much-needed lifeline to the family, but only if Cracker can deliver.
I can wrap the buoy line up.
But just stopping their boat from flipping over in the white water is proving to be a real challenge.
We propped a rope like that in the wrong spot, like in under the white water. you haven't got much time to get out of it, so if a big wave comes, it could, yeah, turn you upside down pretty quick.
It's probably not an ideal start. Nor's that. I reckon we'll just have to look behind the rocks here and... I shouldn't have said it there, there's too much bull kelp just there.
Down the bottom there, there's you can get like a heap of dead kelp all in piles, and that'll fill the pot up overnight just with a bit of swell on.
The crew needs pinpoint accuracy to drop its pots in between the bull kelp clumps to give the lobsters a chance to crawl in.
Yep.
All the while trying to navigate the deadly reef breaks.
Just keep a bit of an eye out for me if you can, unless this happens.
But Cracker has wrapped the rope around the propeller again, stalling the motor and leaving them dead in the water.
We could be in fucking trouble here.
Look out.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Not very often you can nearly be halfway through your gear, and so I just doubled my catch.
The Bold Contender crew needs 150 lobsters from their first shot. Squizzy's running tally stands at just 15 lobsters.
We're on them now, we got one.
I think we caught fuck all, you give them all names.
It's just very painful at the moment. Stressful as well. Just want this trip to be as quick as you can, save on fuel and costs, and we've come out here to Pedro and had our asses kicked and just wasted a heap of money and time.
Well, that's the stark reality of it, isn't it? Shit numbers just means we're going to be out here longer. All it means is we're going to work a bit harder and a bit longer to get the same result. It's just going to cost Squizzy more. More bait, more fuel, more time away from home.
Every day at sea costs an extra $5,000 in running costs. Squizzy can't afford to make a wrong decision.
We only want about half a tonne, about 700 lobsters, so I don't want to go steaming around the west coast just for that. So we might just head to the north, close to the Friars, and try there. This is definitely the low point of my fishing career, that's for sure, just the way the market is. But you never know. Rub the wood, and hopefully our luck will change.
The first shot delivers a total of 30 lobsters. Squizzy needs to sell 700 off the wharf in 4 days' time. The pressure to get it right is mounting.
We're living the dream, we are. You wouldn't have thought they'd be like that though, would you? Nah. Fries or South West Cape? I'm going South West Cape. What do you reckon?
Cape.
Go South West Cape. Hopefully there's a few more fish in them than what there is here. The aim was to get this half a tonne as quick as we can, but we failed at that as well.
Relocating will cost an extra $1,000 in fuel and leave Squizzy with one less day to pull off the near impossible.
Biggest fish of the day was 1.8 kilos. That's pretty small for a Pedro. And we only got 30 for the shot. For this time of year, wasn't expecting that. That's just shit. Really is. You wouldn't think 2 weeks ago, 1.8, that's nearly $170. Today it's 60. We need a lot better than that. A lot better.
You've been sitting around for a while?
7 weeks we've been here. Well, 6 weeks it's been out of the water.
The crew of the Corrado has narrowly avoided a 2-week delay and an extra $4,000 in repair costs, all thanks to a $2 O-ring.
So this is the O-ring out of the selector on the oil filters. She should not do that. We can save the day. We still get to get away on time. We're still on schedule. Awesome. Happy with that.
At their home port of Ledge Point,
Just stand that one down here for us, mate. I've just got to write a name on it.
Jay and the boys are loading up their lobster pots and bait to take down to the boat.
Just give it out.
That's it, mate, we're nearly loaded. Let's get the floats in, close the door, get on the road.
Hey, mate.
Hey, buddy, how are ya?
Yeah, could be better.
Jay puts a call through to his lobster buyer to check in on the market price.
I heard that you've been shut down over there, the Grand Prix, is that correct?
That is correct.
Oh, mate, that's a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, and I've got to shut you down too.
How badly shut down?
You
Altogether?
can drop your pots,
Yeah.
but I don't know when you can pull them.
Oh, my God.
The flight into China is the problem.
Yeah.
So should we just take it back to the shed?
Nah, we'll take him. We'll take him and put him in.
I know the boys have got 6 boxes of bait for you.
Yeah, no, we're just about back at the boat to start loading up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But you might want to double your bait up, drop them and heavily bait them because I just don't know when it's going to happen now.
Thinking might as well put them in the shed. I'm thinking it's not good. It's just going to get worse and worse.
We've come this far, mate. You can't U-turn now. We've got 2 options. One option is to turn this truck around and take it back to home and put all the pots back in the shed. Or we put the pots in the water. We're going to double bait, I think, and leave them and then see what happens in a few days' time.
Dropping the pots is a $24,000 gamble, which will backfire if the pots can't be pulled.
I'm happy to take the gamble.
Yeah, no, we've got the 2 choices: put the pots back in the shed, or we take the gamble, we put them in the water, spend a bit more money getting them in the water and going. But for me, I'm sort of prepared maybe to spend a bit more money, because if we get 500 kilo a week, let's know you guys are getting some wage.
Yeah, well,
and that's what it's about
I'm
for
going to
me.
earn money, but at the end of the day,
No, I just want.
The skipper's decision is based on keeping his nephews employed. It's a family-owned business. But until they pull their lobster pots, no one gets paid.
You know, I fear for my boys and their financial situations, and I have to do it just for their well-being and to keep them rolling, because I don't want to lose these guys off my boat. I want them to stick with me, and if we don't do something and at least turn a little bit of lobster over, you know, they'll both be looking for jobs somewhere else and may never return.
It's day 2 now and we haven't caught a fish, so we've got to get out and get into it. Hoping that swell went off a little bit, but I don't think it has. So, yeah, we just got to do it. Otherwise, we don't get paid.
Hold on.
The crew of the Kaikoura is about to pull its first shot of the season.
We'll go and check a couple of these pots.
After setting 40 pots beneath the deadly reef breaks,
Yeah, we've got to hurry up a bit here before the wind picks up and gets worse in here. Do you want to pull that up, Scott? There's just drop it if there's nothing in it. There's got to be a few night fish in here.
Get him in quick, fucking oath.
Till you've actually got a fish on board, you feel like you haven't really started your trip, so... Nothing in him, let him go. Oh, there is. Look at that.
Come here, big cunt. First fish of the trip.
Cracker and Scotty need an average of 4 legally sized lobsters per pot to hit their 1,000 kilo target.
Bit hard to tell.
If he's only got a little one in him, I wouldn't
I
even
can't
worry.
tell.
I don't reckon there'll be anything in these ones.
One fucking fish.
Their $50,000 payday hinges on delivering a boatload of 1 kilo plus lobsters.
Yeah, normally the biggest fish are in spots like this where they're a bit hard to get. And got the odd breaker like we're about to. He'll have 7 or 8 in him. They're not very big though, they're only little buggers. Just get the measures out, Scotty. That one's probably just a measure, maybe. We'll check him in a minute. 800 grams. Undersized.
Can't do much fucking worse.
Put the measure hard up in there.
It's legal to keep female lobsters in the summer months, as long as they measure more than 105 millimetres across their carapace.
A lot of people will just go like that without opening the horns. But you've got to open the horns right up. So your measure will slip right up there, give it a little wriggle. And then if it goes over that front bit, which this has, it's undersized.
Keeping undersized lobsters can result in fines in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
He's probably about 4 mil undersized, that one.
Impressive enough, we get fuck all for them and then we got fuck all fish.
We'll wipe that shot. We never went to Pedro.
I like that idea.
Yeah. Price is $90.
100. Doesn't look like dropping any time soon.
Okay.
Take your time and catch them, fellas.
Yeah.
Money's guaranteed in the bank.
Following a disappointing shot at Pedra Branca, the bold contender has steamed 120 kilometres to Southwest Cape.
We've just arrived at Southwest Cape. I'm going to spread the gear right out, try all different depths. Start again. That's the plan. Start again with a fresh mind. Set 2 octaves and see what the tide's doing.
Squizzy needs to catch over 700 lobsters to claw back some of that $150,000 in lost revenue.
That's got an easterly tide on it.
Eh?
That's got an easterly fucking tide on it.
Which way is that? East, is it?
Yeah, it looks east.
Northeast. That's only in 30 fathoms.
The tidal current is running in an easterly direction. Never a good sign for fishing the Cape.
Running from the east. East is least, west is best. They just don't seem to like it. They just do not seem to like an easterly tide here. Every year we seem to pull a lot of crays from here. Seems to be one of Squizzy's go-to spots. We're not going to catch fuck all with an easterly tide though. You gotta have some confidence in Squizzy. God knows he's been in there rubbing his wood.
My confidence is pretty low at the moment.
See that, they work there, they're not worth nothing and they're fucking too miserable to get out of their holes.
How long's it been easterly for? Hasn't changed since you got back. She's been easterly. It's going to be easterly for another week. We just set our last pot at Southwest Cape. I'm just hoping tomorrow's a lot better day than what it was today. We only end up with 30 lobsters for the day. So that's terrible. Very disheartening, but we've got to get up somewhere like that, 100 kilos a shot. And we should be doing that this time of year. Hopefully tomorrow, baby, we get some lobsters.
Then fuck, we're going back to work.
Oh, well, it's a lovely day to go for a cruise up the coast, I think. Magic. Beats that Tasmanian weather.
4,000 kilometres to the west in the Indian Ocean, the Corrado is finally heading back to sea and the crew back to work.
Now we're on our way north now, heading for Ledge Point. All the gear's on. Prices are crashing last night from the other big processors, so it's a bit of a concern that in the next 24 hours my price might be gone as well. But I really just want to get these pots in the water. It's a bit of a gamble to do that, but I want them in the water in case we get the phone call to say land some crays, because we can land crays the next morning. So I just want to make sure my boys have got some wages coming in, because we haven't worked for nearly 8 weeks now.
The original order was for 500 kilos at $48 per kilo, delivering a $24,000 payday.
The bigger crays are paying better right now, so we'll go and target a few big boys and girls and see what we can find.
Jay's gamble comes at a cost, including an extra $400 spent on double baiting all 90 pots so the lobsters don't crawl out.
might be a week till we pull the pots, so...
And this bait doesn't really last that long in the
so
pot.
we're just doubling up. We're using twice as many boxes as we'd normally use. Could be six days or so more. It just depends on if we get a phone call or not. So just load them up.
Usually before we throw our first pots in the water, we throw a little bit of gold. Bit of gold to the gods for some good luck. So we flick one coin each over our shoulder into the drink, and hopefully that can bring us some good luck. Right, boys. One for you. One for you. Well, that one's gone. That was quick. And over we go. Let's go fishing. Hopefully that's going to bring us some good luck. So we'll start in 20.9s. We'll just run through, see if we can pick out a few of these little flare-ups here. Bash a few pots on a few of the flare-ups and see if there's anything there. Then we'll just start stepping in a little bit closer to the coast. And our last line of gear will probably go in about 16 fathoms. So we're just going to sort of prospect, I suppose, just through a few depths to have a bit of a look and see if we can find anything there. And put them down and double bait and wait. Double bait and wait.
As to how long they'll wait, that's anyone's guess.
I just want the day to start a lot better than what it did yesterday. Put some lobsters on this boat.
In the Southern Ocean, Squizzy is about to find out if his costly decision to change fishing spots will pay off.
After yesterday, my confidence is shot to shit, but hopefully today it changes and start seeing some good numbers straight up, touch wood. Come on.
The crew needs at least 150 lobsters from this haul to get back on track. With massive debts hanging over his head.
Four's all right. Not a bad start.
And a decky working for free. The veteran skipper is feeling the pressure to hit his 700 lobster trip target.
All I want to do is get me mojo back. We just pulled our first 4 pots this morning that beat our tally yesterday. I just hope the fish keep coming and we get on a bit of a high and get this job done. But we started pretty well and I'm happy with that. That's for sure.
But, you know, it's at the end of the day, mate, if the processor says I can't take them, well then we're all screwed, aren't we?
On board the Corrado, Jay shares an all-too-familiar fishing story with another West Australian lobster man.
Well, I've just said to the boys, we'll just put the pots in the water and stick our heads between our legs and kiss our ass and see if we can get some joy down the track in a couple of days' time. Yeah.
Lucky last pot of the day.
Last one.
Home time. Django.
The team has dropped all 90 pots. With the whole crew under enormous financial pressure, it's now a waiting game to see when they can be pulled.
It's always good to know that the pots are in the water now, catching crays, I hope. So no, I'm a little bit excited that they're in the water. Relieved everything went off without any hiccups. The boat's run home really well, so it's, everything's A-OK. So I'm happy. Not happy about the situation we're in, but I'm happy that I'm on the water, because there's no better place in the world to be, I reckon. Well done, boys. Good job. Get this baby cleaned up and we'll get out of here and get home.
Well, get inside so I can wash your deck.
Fuck, there's a monster on the outside of this one. Oh, here he is.
Oh, got him!
Despite battling rough seas to pull their first shot of the season,
I didn't expect to get him.
Cracker and Scotty are hoping their high-risk strategy will pay off.
Nice. Luckily, they're having a bit of a crack, these things, eh?
know that.
That one's a big red. He's about a, what is he? 1.6 kilo. He's the one we're after.
There's one in there.
He's got fish in him. Pulling him up. Look at him go. Nice pot, there's a few in him. We've pulled 30 pots this morning, 104 fish. Right, this one should have 7 or 8 in it. Hopefully we get a couple of bigger ones out of this. We're in under white water a fair bit. It's a lot more dangerous the further we go up, but yeah, there's definitely an adrenaline rush.
Get in, get the pot, get out, and count your fish. You've got to have confidence in the guy that's driving too, so.
After a slow start, the crew is well on its way to fulfilling its 1,000 kilo order. But the deal is based on size, not just quantity.
He is 2.4 kilo.
Only the 1 kilo plus monsters will count.
We're guessing they're going just over a kilo average, so yeah, that's what we're after, them bigger fish. There's a nice few in that. 180, we can't complain about that.
180 lobsters gets the crew a quarter of the way towards its ambitious trip target.
Good old Scotty, you got his tongue hanging out, he's happy. What about the cray dance?
Hello, how you going? Happy Valentine's Day.
On board the Bold Contender, a phone call home to wife Kari helps to ease Squizzy's anxiety.
Have you got many?
Oh, we are going better. Got 30 for the day yesterday. 700. My wife Kari reckons I'm a stress head. She's coping a lot better than I am. I do stress out a bit and need to learn to relax and not let everything bother you. No one likes losing money. But at the end of the day, that's the gamble of fishing, isn't it?
And that gamble hinges on a successful second shot.
Come on. Yeah, baby, yeah. That's what we want. That's a nice pot, Tate.
How much is it worth to you?
Probably minus $10.
Squizzy needs at least 150 lobsters from this haul if he's any chance of keeping his business afloat.
Over there to help Squizzy sell them at the wharf.
Biggest fish for the day, 2.3. How do you like the approach?
Couldn't be made out of anything more worthless.
We ended up with 275 for the shot. You got to be happy with that.
The result keeps Squizzy in the hunt and on track to catch 700 lobsters. But catching them is only half the battle. The veteran skipper has never tried selling direct to the public before.
I've been stressed about catching them. Now I'm getting stressed about selling them. Hopefully we have a good shot this afternoon, touch wood. Another one tomorrow and you're close to going home tomorrow night.